Hi guys, it's Marty here from letsbuildwp.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build a basic website in 2024. You don't need to have any previous experience, we won't be using any complicated coding, and the whole process will only take around 30 minutes. The website will have a few different pages with text, headings, images, and clickable links. And your website doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You'll be able to change the colors and the content, and basically make it look any way you like. So if you're ready, this is how to build a basic website step by step without any previous experience. Okay, so in order for us to build our website, we need three things. The first is a content management system, or CMS, and for this tutorial, we're going to be using WordPress. WordPress actually powers over 40% of all websites online. It's the same platform used by companies like Forbes, TechCrunch, and Sony for their websites, and it's 100% free for us to use. Then the next thing we need to build our website is a domain name, and this is what people are going to type into their internet browser to visit our website. Then the last thing we need is web hosting, and this is where the different files that make up our website will be stored online so people can access it. Now, there are tons of places online to get domain names and web hosting, but for this video, we're going to be using Bluehost.com. Bluehost are a well-known hosting company with affordable pricing and great support. They also offer a free domain name with all of their hosting packages, and they're even recommended by WordPress themselves as their top choice for hosting. So to get started, we just need to open up our internet browser and go to Bluehost.com. Or if you want to support me and my channel, you can use my affiliate link in the video description. I'll earn a small commission if you do this, and you'll also get the discounted price. So thank you in advance if you use my link, I really appreciate the support. But even if you don't use the link, I'd still recommend using Bluehost for your website. Then either way, once we get here, we're going to hover over web hosting at the top and click web hosting. Then if we scroll down, this is going to show us the different hosting plans that Bluehost offer. If you're only going to be building one website, I'd recommend going for the basic plan here on the left. Or if you're wanting to build more than one, you could go for the Choice Plus plan, which allows up to 3. But as I'm only doing this for the tutorial, I'm going to go for the basic plan. Then once we've decided which plan we want, we can click Select underneath. Now on this page, we're going to register the domain name we want for our new website. So we just need to type the domain name we're wanting to use into this box, and for me, I'm going to type Marty's website. Then on the right, we can choose our domain extension, and I'm going to choose .com. So the domain name I'm registering here is martyswebsite.com. Then once we're done here, we can click Next. And when we do, we'll hopefully get a message at the top saying, "Congrats, your domain is available." But if it says the domain is not available, we're going to need to choose something else. Then once we know our domain is available, we can scroll down, and here we can enter our account details, so things like our name and address. Then under this, we can change the length of our hosting plan here if we like, but I'm going to leave mine set to 12 months. And we can also see that we're getting our domain name for free. Then under this it says Add Additional Services, and these are just some optional add-ons that Bluehost offer. We don't need any of these to build our website, so I'm just going to uncheck the boxes to remove them. But you can have a read through them yourself and check the box beside any you want. Then once we're done here, under this, we can see that I'm saving almost $90 off my bill due to the discount, and after taxes and fees, my total is coming to $24.06, and this is for 12 months of hosting and my domain name. And as these are the only things we need to pay for, this means it's only going to cost me around $2 per month to run my website, which is awesome. Then under this, we just need to enter our payment information, or we can choose PayPal. And then finally, we can click Submit at the bottom. And when we do this, we'll either be brought to a payment processing screen or redirected to PayPal to log in and pay for our order. Then once we've paid for our order and logged into our Bluehost account, we can start installing WordPress. Now, normally this would require us to download WordPress and then upload it to our hosting account. But because Bluehost uses a one-click installer, we can literally install WordPress in about a minute. To do this, we just need to click into Hosting on the left. Then we're going to click Add Site over on the right. Make sure Install WordPress is selected here, and click Continue on the right. And this will bring us into the WordPress installer. Now we can enter our site title, and don't worry too much about this for now, as we can always change it again later. And then click Continue on the right. Now we need to enter the domain name we're wanting to use for our website, and this is going to be the one that we just registered. So for me, I'm going to put martyswebsite.com. Then if we click Continue, Bluehost is going to start installing WordPress for us right away. This will usually only take about 30 seconds or so to complete, but sometimes it can take a little bit longer. Then once WordPress has been installed, we just need to click here where it says Edit Site, and this will open up our website in a new tab. Now, when we first install WordPress on Bluehost, we'll be prompted to use their WordPress onboarding process. But to skip over this, we're just going to click Exit to WordPress in the top left, and then click Exit in the middle. And this will bring us into the WordPress dashboard, which is where we can start adding content and customizing our new WordPress website. Then to visit our website, we just need to click our site title in the top left. And this will show us what WordPress looks like when we first install it. And don't worry if yours looks a little different than mine, as sometimes they change up the default theme. Either way, it's just going to have some demo content on it for now, but it's ready for us to start customizing and adding content to. And at this point, if we look up at the top, you might notice that this website isn't using the new domain name that we registered at the start. And this is a feature of Bluehost that allows us to get started right away. Usually we would need to wait until our domain name was ready, but Bluehost assign our website a temporary URL until our domain name is pointed to their servers. If this is a new domain name, it might take a few hours to finish setting up. But once our new domain name's ready, it'll replace the temporary one right away without us needing to do anything else. Then to get back to the dashboard, we just need to click our site title again in the top left. And this time we'll be on the main dashboard home screen. So this is what we'll normally see when we log into our WordPress website in future. Then the first thing we're going to do in here is remove a couple of demo plugins. Plugins are used to add extra functionality to our website that WordPress doesn't come with by default. Now, you can always install a few plugins on your site later after learning the basics, but for now we're just going to remove the ones that came pre-installed. To do this, we need to click into Plugins on the left, and this will show us any plugins we have installed. Then, before we can delete these plugins, we need to deactivate them first. To do this, we're going to check the box in the top left to select them all, then change this drop-down menu to Deactivate, and click Apply. And this will deactivate all of the plugins at once. Now, you might notice that when we deactivate them, a lot of the different options and notifications disappear from our menu on the left. This is the main reason I wanted to do this first, because sometimes the extra options created by these plugins can make things a little more confusing when just getting started. Then once they're deactivated, we can delete them in basically the same way. So we're just going to check this box in the top left, change the drop-down menu to Delete, and click Apply. Then we're going to click OK to confirm it, and WordPress will delete the plugins. Then once these plugins have been deleted, we can move on to the next step, which is installing a theme. And this is going to change the entire look of our WordPress website. Now, there are literally thousands of free themes available for WordPress, but we're going to be using one of my favorites, which is a theme called GeneratePress. GeneratePress is a perfect theme for beginners. It's easy to use and works well for almost any type of website. And it even has a perfect 5-star review score on WordPress with more than 1,300 reviews. Now, you can always change the theme again later if you want to, but personally, I think GeneratePress is great. Then, to install a new theme on WordPress, we just need to click into where it says Appearance on the left, and this will show us any themes we have installed. And as we can see, the theme that's currently active on my site at the moment is called WTH Wonder, as it's the one that says active beside its name. Then to install a new theme, we just need to click Add New Theme at the top, and this will show us all of the different free themes that we can use. We can browse through these different themes until we find one we like, or we can search for a specific theme using the search bar in the top right. So we just need to type GeneratePress into this search bar. Then when it shows up, we're going to hover over the theme and click Install. This will only take a few seconds, and then we can click Activate. Then once it's active on our site, if we click our site title in the top left to visit our site, we'll see that the style of our website has changed and it now looks totally different. Then just before we continue, if you're following along at home, please give this video a like to show your support. It'll only take you 2 seconds to do this, but I would really appreciate it. And now that we've installed our theme, we can start to customize it. To do this, we just need to click where it says Customize at the top, and this will open up our theme options on the left, and then we have a live preview of our website on the right. Now, I should point out here that these options are sometimes pretty theme specific, which means that if you do end up changing theme at some point, these options might be a little different. But everything else we'll be covering, like creating pages and adding content, will be done in the same way on most themes. Then from here, we're going to click into the first option on the left, which is Site Identity. And here we can change our site title if we like, at the top. And when we do, we'll see that it updates in real time on the right. Then under this on the left, we have our tagline, and this is hidden by default. But if we uncheck the box beside Hide Site Tagline, we'll see that it now appears underneath our site title. This is going to say My WordPress Blog, but if we want to change it, we just need to change the text in this box on the left. And once again, we'll see this updates on the right. Now, this is already looking pretty good, but if we want to use a logo image, we just need to click Select Logo on the left. Then if we look down here at the bottom, we can see it says the suggested size for this image is 350 pixels by 70 pixels. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly this size, this is just the size they recommend. Then once we have our logo saved to our computer, we need to click Select Files in the middle, find the image on our computer, click on it, and click Open. Then once the image has been uploaded, we need to click Select in the bottom right. Then here we have an option to crop our image if we need to, or we can click Skip Cropping. And when we do this, we'll see our logo now appears at the top. Now, it might appear a bit bigger when we first add it, but if we need to change the size of our logo, we can change the width on the left. I'm going to change mine to 60 pixels, and we'll see it changes size on the right. Then if we're using a logo with text in it, we can hide the site title and tagline by checking these two boxes on the left. And we'll see that it's now just showing the logo. But I'm going to bring mine back again for mine. Then once we're happy with our logo, we can click Publish at the top to save our changes, and then click the back pointing arrow in the top left to get back to the main list of options. Now on the left, we're going to click into Colors, and this is where we can change any of our website's colors. To get started, we're going to click the down pointing arrow beside Body. Then here we can change our background color, and for this example, I'm going to make mine solid white. And we'll see that it changes on the right. Then under this, we can change our main text color. And once again, we'll see this updates on the right. But if we ever change one of our colors and then want to change it back, we just need to click here where it says Default, and it'll go back to the original color. Then under this we have Link, which is any clickable links on our site. And this option has two colors. The first one is the main link color, and then the second one is the hover color. So if we look here on the right, we'll see the links are blue, and if we hover over them, they turn black. So over on the left, I'm going to change my first color to purple. Then I'm just going to leave the second color the way it is, so when I hover over any links on the right, they still turn black. Then once we're done with these colors, we can click the up pointing arrow to close them again, and open up the next set of colors underneath. And we can change these in the same way. I'll link to a post in the description that explains what each of these colors represent on our website, but to save some time in the video, I'm just going to do this. And for reference, this black bar here in the middle is actually our website's footer, and this will move down to the very bottom once we add some content to our pages. Then once we're happy with our website's colors, we can click Publish at the top to save our changes, and then click the back pointing arrow to the left to get back to the main list of options. And now that we've changed our website's colors, we can start creating any of the pages we want on our website. To do this, we're going to click into Menus on the left, and then click where it says Create New Menu. Now we need to give our menu a name at the top, and I'm just going to call mine Main Menu. And don't worry too much about the name, as this is just for our own reference. Then under this we want to make sure the box beside Primary Menu is checked, and then click Next. And this is where we can start creating our actual pages. To do this, we need to click Add Items. Then we need to type the page name into this box, and the first one I'm going to add is a page called About Us. Then we need to click Add to create the page, and when we do, it's going to be added to this list on the left, which represents our menu. Then we just need to do the same thing for any other pages we want to add to our website. So for me, I'm going to add another one called Services, and one called Home. Now we can add as many pages as we like, but I'm just going to add these 3 in my example. And we can always come back here anytime we want to add another page to our menu. Now to make sure you can follow along with everything in this tutorial, I would recommend adding a page called Home, and we'll be using this to replace the blog that's on our home page at the moment. Then once we've added any pages we want, we can click here where it says Reorder, and at this point we'll see our menu appears on the right. Now we can use these up and down arrows on the left to change the order of our pages. And for reference, anything we put to the top of this list will be on the left side of our menu, and anything we put to the bottom will be on the right. So I'm going to put my services page to the bottom, as I want it at the end of my menu. And then I'm going to move my home page to the top, so it's at the start. Then once we're happy with the order of our pages, we can click Done. And at this point we can click into the pages we just created in our menu on the right. Now they are blank at the moment, but we'll be adding content to them soon. Then once we've finished with our menu, we're going to click Publish at the top to save our changes. Then click the back pointing arrow to go back. Then click it once more to get back to the main list of options. And now we're going to assign our website's homepage. So by default, WordPress is set up to be a blog with posts on the homepage. If we click our logo or site title, it'll bring us to our homepage, which currently has the Hello World blog post. But as we're building a website, we're going to replace this with the new homepage that we just created. To do this, we need to click into Homepage Settings on the left, down at the bottom. Then we're going to change this to a static page. And then under Homepage, we're going to choose our page called Home. When we do this, we'll see it updates on the right. And now we can click Publish at the top to save our changes. Then instead of clicking the back pointing arrow to go back, we're going to click the X in the top left to close out of the theme options. And at this point, we'll see that all of the changes we made are now live on our website. So we have our logo at the top if we added one, or if not, we have our site title and tagline. Then we've changed our website's colours, and our homepage has been updated to the new one. Then we also have our menu in the top right with our different pages, and we're going to start adding content to these pages in a second, but just quickly before that, I wanted to ask you a quick favour if you don't mind. See, according to my analytics on YouTube, less than 1% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribing to the channel. So if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you could click the subscribe button now. You can also turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon if you like, but even if you don't, I'd still love to have you subscribe to the channel. Then to start adding content to our website's pages, we just need to click into the one we're wanting to edit in our menu, and for me, this is going to be my About page. Then we need to click Edit Page at the top, and this will open up the WordPress page editor. So we have our title here at the top, and we can change this text if we like, but I'm just going to leave mine as it is. Then we can just start typing any text we want on our page underneath. But to save some time in the video, I'm just going to delete this again and paste in some demo text I already have copied. Then once we've added our text, if we want to change any of it to be bold or italics, we just need to highlight the text, and then we can change it in this menu. Then if we have any text we want to turn into a heading, we just need to click on it, then click this symbol in the menu that looks like a backwards P, and change it to heading. And we'll see the text gets bigger in the editor. Then if we want to change the heading size, we just need to click on it again to select it, Then click where it says H2 in the menu and change it to a different size. And we'll see that it updates in the editor. Then if we want to make this bold, just like with our other text, we can highlight it and change it to be bold by clicking the B in the menu above it. And then we can just repeat the same process for any other headings we have on our page. But I'm only going to add one for mine. Then if we want to add a bullet list, we can highlight the lines of text we want to include in the list, then click the backwards P and choose List. And we'll see this updates in the editor. Then once we've added any text we want on our page, we can add some images. To do this, we just need to take a new line where we're wanting our image to appear, then click the plus symbol to the right, type the word image into this search bar, and then click on the image block to add it to our page. Now, over to the left, we need to click Upload, find the image on our computer, click on it, and click Open. And we'll see the image now appears in the editor. Then once we've added it, if we look over to the right, we'll see we have a few different sizing options for our image. Or we can just click here to the right of our image and drag it to change the size. And I'm going to change mine to be smaller. Then once we're happy with our image, we can add another one if we like. But to save some time, I'm just going to add one. And now we can add some clickable links. So for example, here where it says Services page at the bottom, if we wanted to link this to our Services page, we just need to highlight the text. Then we're going to click this chain link icon in the menu above it, and that's going to open up this pop-up. If we're wanting to link to another website, we can just paste the URL into this box and then hit enter on our keyboard to add the link. Or if we're linking to another page on our own website, like I am, we just need to type the page name into this box. So I'm going to type Services in here. Then when it shows up in this list, we can click on the page to add the link. At this point, we'll see it changes color in the editor, which means it's been linked successfully. Then if at any point we want to preview our page, over to the right, at the top, we're going to click this icon, and then click Preview in New tab. And this will open up a preview of our page. So we have our text and any images we added, then our bullet list and text heading, and now we can just double check our links working. So I'm going to click the link at the bottom, and we'll see that it brings me to my Services page. And then we can just use the back pointing arrow in our browser to go back. Then once we're done, we can close out of the preview and make any changes we want to our content. But mine was looking pretty good in the preview, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Then once we're happy with our page, we can publish our changes. To do this, we just need to click where it says Update in the top right. Then if we click View Page in the bottom left, we'll see that everything we added to our page is now live on our site, and everything's looking awesome. Now we just need to repeat the same process for any other pages. So we can click into the next page in our menu, then click Edit Page at the top to open it up in the editor, and then we can add our content in the same way as we did with the first one. But to save some time, I'm just going to do this. So now I have my home page, my About page, and a services page. And I know my website doesn't look the best, as I'm only really doing this to show you how it's done. But if you spend a little more time on it, I'm sure yours will look a lot better than mine. Then, once we've added our pages, if we want to make one of them wider and centered instead of slightly over to the left, GeneratePress has an option to do this. We just need to visit the page we're wanting to do this for, then click Edit Page at the top to open it up in the editor. Now if we scroll down to the bottom of the page, underneath our content, we'll see it says Layout. And if we click here and scroll down, we'll see we have a few different layout options for our page. Then it should already be on Sidebars on the left, but if it's not, we just need to click into Sidebars first. Then we're going to change this from Default to No Sidebars. And when we do this, we'll see our page gets wider in the editor. Now we just need to update our page by clicking Update in the top right. Then click View Page in the bottom left. And we'll see our page is now wider and centered. Now we might need to edit our content a little to get it to look better now that the width has changed, but that's how easy it is to do when using GeneratePress. And then we can just repeat the same process for any other pages we want to do this for. But I'm just going to do it for my home page in this example. And I just noticed there now, if we look up at the top, we can see that at some point during the recording of this video, my domain name has updated to the one I registered at the start. But don't worry if yours hasn't updated yet, it definitely will soon. So that's us now at the end of this video, and that was how to build a simple WordPress website in 2024. If you managed to follow along, please leave a comment under this video and let me know. And then finally, if you want to customize your website even further, be sure to check out the playlist on screen now, and I'll show you how. Once again, my name's Marty from letsbuildwp.com, and thank you very much for watching.